Thanks for joining, for staying, for being here. We're going to extend the first appetizer a little bit and talk about now that we all sort of have seen how we can use AI to do specific tasks like generating a text, rewriting a title or something like that. We would now like to start talking a little more about how can we actually build some sort of an integrated workflow within ChatGPT to not just perform one task, but to maybe get some mini project done. And we're flipping into a live demo in just a second. The use case we had in mind is really let's assume Christmas is coming up, and I am as a I think skincare seller. This is my online business. I do want to discover trends, so I want to get an update on what is going on in my market. What should I consider when preparing for Christmas marketing? And then once I know the trends, and I'm not going to spoil much, but I think ChatGPT could probably help. We will then basically match our existing inventory against these trends to figure out which products to maybe market the most. And then we move towards building a campaign plan, and let's see how far we can get, but we could start even producing some content. So that is the idea. With that, I think, can we flip to...
Yeah, I think we'll just flip to the demo. And maybe Christian, I just realized, since we do have some new people in, maybe we should just quickly reintroduce ourselves, since some new people joined.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. I just caught it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So my name's Christian. I'm AI product manager at eBay, and I'm here with Tiana.
I'm on the OpenAI team and super excited to be here. That's it. But now you know who we are. Okay, great. So like Christian mentioned, the first session we kind of showed some one-off things, and they really they focused around building content. But ChatGPT can do a lot outside of itself too, and pull in different tools. The first is the web search, frankly. So if I want to ask ChatGPT to be my research assistant, I know Christmas is coming up, Black Friday, Cyber Monday is obviously a big deal, I'm sure, for everyone in this room, whether you're a buyer or a seller looking for a good deal. And I'm going to imagine that I'm a skincare business selling on eBay, and I want to see what the trends are in the UK market for Christmas of 2025. Now, I could make this as specific or as broad as I'd like. I could say, hey, what are the skincare trends in Birmingham? What are the skincare trends in all of Europe? I could also be more specific as far as what skincare trends. Maybe there's something relating to moisturizer happening right now, or toner, or I'm not necessarily a skincare expert, but you get the idea. You can customize this and say, help me find some trends. So what it just did is it searched the web pretty quickly and came up with some results here as far as trends that ChatGPT is seeing across the board. Skin first, fix later. I have a few things to learn here. Streamline multi-use. Okay, cool.
And I think...
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I think you can even see, I don't know, these little icons. Is it...
The citations, exactly.
Right. So
for every time ChatGPT does a web search, it's going to cite where it's pulling the information from. So in this case, it pulled this first trend or piece of this trend from this independent article. And I actually can click on this to go to the article itself to learn more. We talked about fact-checking AI in the first section, and this is a really easy and effective way to do that if you want to dig deeper, further educate yourself on what these trends are or any searches that you're doing within ChatGPT. But pretty quickly, like it said, it outlined these 3 trends for us. It said what it is, why it's relevant for Christmas this year or Christmas time, and some execution directions if these are places we want to go. It also added some bonus or supporting trends that maybe aren't as interesting at the end here. And it's offering to kind of go further and create some decks. I'm not going to do decks because instead, what I'm more interested right now is how can I actually match what's in my inventory to these trends? Because I have a lot of products that I'm selling. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, here's my inventory file. And I'm going to really easily grab a file, and you can drop any file, PDF, PowerPoint, image, anywhere in this window, and it will attach. And I'm saying, here's my file. Which products match these trends? And please consider things like high stock, trend fit, and a strong margin for this analysis, because these are the products that I'm going to want to focus on and really promote. So I'm going to upload that here. Go ahead. We're going to add something?
I'm just like, oh, no, there you go already. Go,
yeah,
go.
Great. This could take 5 seconds. Sometimes it takes 60 seconds. So I would say, like, be patient. It's going to always tell you what it's working on, whether it's thinking or analyzing the document. It uploaded this document, as you can see here, and there's a ton of rows and columns, 100 rows of content. It gives us the pricing, the category. Sweet. So first, it identified the key matching criteria per trend. It's kind of, saying, hey, for each of these trends, what are the ingredients or category signals that are related? It's then evaluating each project, so it's showing me how it went through and did the analysis, which is really cool. And then it's going to rank and made a short list by trend fit of all of the products in my inventory. It's showing the margin of these products, how much I have in stock, and why this product stands out as a specific fit for these trends. This is something like pre-ChatGPT I could have easily done, maybe not easily, but I could have done on my own, but it probably would have taken hours and hours of work. And as you can see here, we just did it in about 3 minutes.
And if I can add to this,
Please.
I mean, again, the fact that we can just use our natural language to interact, and we are in sort of a creative process. This is it really it allows to you to really fine tune this. You would never be able to do with a sort of linear software process without tools like ChatGPT. For example, I mean, this obviously is a very, very simple dummy inventory file. But you could start by let's look at products which received bad feedback recently. So maybe I need to do some pricing promotion or whatever. Maybe I want to clean up. Maybe I want to change my sourcing strategy. And being in this dialogue really, really helps. And it's only your creativity which will limit the value you can generate from this.
I think it's a great point. Speaking of natural language, we've been working a lot with text, but there's also voice capabilities here. I use these all the time when I'm in the car, I'm trying to work out a question or a problem. I have a really long commute to work. I don't know about anyone else here. So say I started this analysis, the analysis was running, and then all of a sudden I want to walk somewhere, hop in the car, or frankly, I just don't want to look at the screen anymore. There's a microphone here in the little text window on the bottom right. This is advanced voice mode. You use this for a true conversation when you want back and forth. But if I still want to view the output on the screen, I could just use dictate mode, similar to how you would do, a voice memo in WhatsApp, right? And I would click this and say, great, now build me a Christmas campaign to promote these products with messaging, channels, and a timeline. Hopefully it works given the background noise. Awesome. I'm going to get rid of that. Say great. So really took my words, right? Just wrote them out into text. This is the speech to text translation here, and it makes it really easy. If you're not a fast typer, if you want to rather just riff on your ideas and share things verbally, you can easily do that. Okay, amazing. So it's writing here. It has this Christmas 2025 campaign, Future Skin Simplified. It's giving me an overview here, the core products that I'm focused on, and it's pulling that information from the CSV that I uploaded. It's giving me a campaign theme here, and then messaging pillars. So what do we want to use as headlines, taglines, supportive copy? It's giving me a sample timeline to work my way up until Christmas. And then a channel strategy for each of the avenues that I asked for. I could go in here and ask multiple follow-up questions and say, hey, what if I want to adjust this timeline a bit? Or actually, what if I don't want to focus on TikTok and I'd rather pay a bunch of money and promote this on Instagram? What would that look like? I wouldn't just take these answers and say, okay, this is fact, I'm done. Ask it questions, right? Just like you would a colleague who maybe put together this analysis for you. But again, as you can see, the time savings here, this did this really, really quickly to give you a first start or a first pass at what this campaign would look like.
Thanks.
Anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, like what I'm finding fascinating is like we have these different skills, right? So it can write text very well. It can rewrite it, condense it. It can, analyze data, and I can continuously talk about it. It can produce content.
Yeah.
I can talk to it, and it's really like each of these skills are like really, really powerful and hopefully super useful for you guys. But we can even compile this into like these AI apps, which they call custom GPTs.
Yeah.
So with this, I don't know, with this example, shall we like look into how to maybe make this more permanent?
Yeah. So I think the really cool thing is you might be asking, like, this is great, but I do this every month for different holidays or different events. I don't want to have to re-upload this information or re-type out these instructions every single time. So for the repeated things in your day-to-day, we have what are called custom GPT. And GPT, it's kind of a bad name, my opinion. I know this is being recorded. Hopefully my bosses don't see it. But it means general purpose technology. And it's essentially an app within ChatGPT for these repeated workflows. So for this specific example, I actually created one ahead of time. But they're really easy to create. There's this GPT section here on the left. And I created a marketing campaign wizard. So I'm going to click on this. And this now is an app within ChatGPT that has the same basically set of instructions that we just worked through in that one message. But now every time I go to this and I prompt it, I could say, hey, research these top 3 skincare trends in the UK market. And it would automatically start to go through. And it knows I need to act as a researcher that's going to help write some campaign and marketing trends for your business. You can upload more information on your business. You can upload your product catalog automatically, so you don't need to do that every time. And maybe that updates every 2 weeks or every month. So you just update that context here. But it's a really easy way to get that functionality we just did step by step. But outline that set of instructions beforehand, and now you have an application within ChatGPT that's going to do all those steps for you automatically.
I'm sorry, I mean, that was so quick, like the transition was so smooth, like what just happened behind the curtain in a way. It's like, I think it's a real game changer somehow. It's like, if you think about this dialogue, like you said, you first had this dialogue and it was cool and you got somewhere, but now you're basically taking it, storing it, putting it somewhere, and then you will have one of these icons at the left, which is basically this capability. It's like, it could be like whatever, your monthly blog post GPT. It could be your inventory analysis, your whatever, quarterly feedback review, whatever it is. So you will put all these instructions inside. You are able to add more data, and then it will just wait for you to ask like one of these activities to be performed, and it will do it for you. I am using them like crazy, and this capability itself is like, it's really, really powerful, and you'll have them. So you can build your own custom GPTs, like AI apps, and we will also come with eBay, with custom GPTs which eBay prepared for you. And like I said, we're super interested in getting your use cases and where you get stuck and what would help you to basically see in terms of additional capability. So do tell us, and we'll look into what we can build for you.
Yeah, I think the really cool thing about this program for you all is that, again, like eBay is going to make some of these for you. And so we want to hear from you, like what exactly are things that you are doing every week, every day, every month, where we can help you to build some of these out of the box, and all of you will have access to them. Here's just a little sneak peek as to the instructions as to how I built it. As you can see, it's really short. I basically created an app without using any code. Christian actually saw me make it this morning in like 2 minutes. So it's a really accessible way to customize some of this usage, and we're also going to help you do that.
Very cool.
I think we're going to save questions for the end if you don't mind, because we have a mic, but we'll get you. Great.
Yeah.
So I think that we're doing great on time. We have a few minutes. I think maybe we have a couple ending slides if we can transition back.
So how far did we get in the process? So we did do the research. We analyzed. We don't really need to show how to create content.
I skipped the create content because we spent a lot of time creating content in the last one. But you could have and actually already, I don't know if you saw, I think it learned from the last time I did it. It started already creating that content because it learned from our demo walkthrough yesterday when we were practicing this, that, oh, hey, if I'm creating a campaign, she's probably going to want content along with it. But it's kind of soup to nuts, the entire process, again, that we did in 10 minutes, maybe even less.
So, no need for the slides because we already showed it.
Showed
it's just
you one.
like, recapping is like, start simple, do your prompting, try separate skills, and then once you glue them together and you feel like, okay, this is actually useful for myself later on, or maybe for colleagues, or even for customers, theoretically, you will remember this conversation and start building your own custom GPTs. It's a feature where, like, many people I'm talking to, they don't even know about this. They're like, yeah, no, I didn't know. But once they start using it, it's really, really powerful. And they're very happy. Because some people joined who did not see the disclaimer earlier, just to remind you to use AI always responsibly. Like, don't share any confidential or sensitive information with AI. You are the one to decide what you will do after all with the content it produces. So be mindful of what it produces and decide consciously. And don't be worried about AI. It's not stealing anything from you. It will just support you and help you being more effective.
Great.
We have time
We'll have
for
more time for
questions.
Q&A this time around. Someone in the front had a question. You did. I think we should start with you because you've been waiting for a while. Can we pass the mic? Thank you.
Thanks. You've kind of answered the question in this session a little bit, but is it true that the AI is learning from you, the individual, and also learning collectively from all the eBay users on the platform? And is there any external information from the outside world that's been imported into the AI model? So is the AI actually getting to know how you run your business, how you talk to your customers, and also generally it's learning how to provide a better service to all the eBay users as well on the platform? Is that right? Am I right in thinking that?
Good question. I can answer
Please.
this if you want. Yeah. So this is the enterprise version, which I forget when we mentioned it, but the really great thing about this is that all the data stays within this version. We don't train on the models, and you can actually set up your settings, and it's called memory in the settings section, to learn about you as you go. You can either say, hey, have memory and learn about my business, so I don't each time need to tell you that I sell candles, because that's really annoying, right? You want it to learn about you over time, so it will automatically do that for each individual user that has this. So we know we have lots of different people selling lots of different things here. It's not going to assume that, hey, everyone who enters information into ChatGPT in the eBay workspace is the same. You will have your own account within this that understands you personally. You can also, and maybe, could we switch back to the ChatGPT really quickly, if you don't mind, for our friends in the back? Great. You can also, when you're setting up your profile, there is this is a demo instance, so it might not show it. Oh, here it is. Click on your name on the bottom left, or might be your business name. And if you go to personalization here, this is where you can actually tell it to remember things about you. You can tell ChatGPT, hey, this is what I do, this is my business, so that it already has that context built in for you, and I'd recommend everyone use this feature to make it that much easier.
But again, this is not used for any training, right? So
No, not used for any training. This is just for your own business purposes, but I still would not upload PII if I were you all. We want to stay GDPR compliant in general. But you can upload, again, or share anything you would share in an email back and forth to a colleague.
And it's basically you to decide how much. Thank you.
I think maybe the gentleman in the vest, because he's had his hand raised for a bit. Yeah.
Thank you, John. Christian, sorry, got a bit of a sniffle here. I've been using ChatGPT on and off for maybe 2 years, but I was hoping that you're going to show something a little bit more with a tighter integration. This seems to be very much a copy-paste integration. Is that true at the moment?
Sorry, like integration, can you explore?
Inside of the eBay platform. For
Right.
example, I've tried and been quite disappointed with the using AI to tighten up the product description. Yeah, so I've kind of give up on that. And if I'm looking at competitors' listings, some of those are just what they would now call word slop. It really just makes my blood boil. So I've gone back to simplify, almost anti-AIing it. So really, this is what you're showing here is a copy-paste level integration. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, just to be very clear, so with this launch now, there's no integration into your account.
Yes. Okay.
I'm not saying there never will be, but it's like we are working on roadmaps,
Okay.
and we need to see.
Yeah, it's great. I'm pretty good at Control-C, Control-V. The second thing is I noticed that it was throwing up things which, Tiana, even though you clearly logged into ChatGPT.com, it was throwing up some location-specific things, like when it said about, we won't mention the A word, but the platforms it was suggesting the marketing campaigns for,
Yes.
it threw up Boots, which I guess when you're prepping this in your office in the US, it might throw up Walgreens or something like that. So how does it know where you are if you're logged into ChatGPT.com? How is it location aware?
So there's a few ways that you can do that. So one, I think there's like settings within ChatGPT where you can just also share like where you're located and if you want everything to be localized. Two, frankly, it could be as simple as like my Chrome settings, like Chrome understands where I typically am. And or three, like you can also just prompt it with that information. So for this, I just said like, hey, come up with a campaign idea for the UK, but I could have been way more specific and actually said like, only show locations or brands or things that are relevant to this region. I think the output is typically going to be as strong as how specific you are in the instructions that you give it, but I think it's a really great call out, and I also love the feedback on the integration. I think that's one of the huge reasons why we're here doing this in person with you all rather than via Zoom, is to like hear that and what you all need.
I think me and the others would rather get it good with a bit of copying and pasting than you plug it in and then try and make it good. So yeah, great job, keep it up, thank you.
Awesome, yeah, of course. Thanks for being here. Did you have a question? Yeah, right here in the front. Thank you.
And there's another one over there.
Okay.
Right, so I'm trying to understand the best way of removing this is confusing me. I'm trying to understand the best way of using ChatGPT for big data sets. Essentially, I've tried the same workflow as you did previously for my cosmetics business.
Yeah.
We essentially resell products, and in between parent products and variations, we have around 5,000 different SKUs. And each product has pretty good titles, descriptions, but it's integrated in that product. So I upload the CSV, and sometimes it outright refuses to read the CSV. It says it's too big,
Too
or
big.
it gives really clumsy answers because it is so big. So again, trying to out of my 5,000 products, I'm going to say make the most relevant campaign for this summer, for the trends in this summer.
Yeah.
And it's if you maybe give it a CSV with only the titles, then it gives up a response, but not very good.
Yeah.
So I was hoping maybe that ChatGPT to some extent has a database of my own product where I can upload detailed things about my product, just like on eBay, and then in a maybe longer wait time, it can give me a proper response.
Are you already using projects? Are you already using projects or custom GPTs in ChatGPT?
No, just the normal ChatGPT.
Okay.
We should talk at the booth for sure, but I think the summary is there's a few things to look at. So one, there is a file size upload limit, but I have seen some people, 5,000 rows shouldn't be an issue though. But if you are ever running into that issue, you could always very simply like split it into two 2,500 row documents, which is annoying, but you could go ahead and try that. I think we should talk to you about projects, which is a little bit, it's not advanced, but we frankly just didn't have time to cover it today. And then there's a third thing you can do in the GPT, which is that app, is you could upload some of that file as context or multiple files, and then that way you just need to upload it once and you're not constantly having to do it, and then you only use that GPT for the campaign questions or the inventory questions.
I've tried splitting it, and it says, "Oh yeah, here are your products for 2025 summer," and then you upload the next one, and it's like, "Oh, here are the products from here," but it somehow, after the third or fourth time uploading the CSV, it forgets what it told me
In the previous one?
Yeah,
I
and
see.
it's not really consistent.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll say that the one last thing I'll say is ChatGPT is also like not supposed to be consistent because the models are what we say, they aren't deterministic. They're not always going to give the same answer every time, but there are ways around this. So we can definitely, we can talk more about it. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Of course.
I think there was. Okay.
Yeah, I think we probably have time for one more.
One more question?
Yeah, thank
One
you.
more. Yeah.
I think someone, yeah, right here. This woman right here. Yeah, thank you.
Hi there, thank you. I just wondered if it has any capabilities of being able to notify us. I mean, ultimately, we're creatures of habit. It takes 8 weeks to break a habit. We've got teams of multiple people, so we're trying to look after multiple things at the same time. So creating these projects or custom GPTs is great, but after 3 weeks and 17 fires to put out and 16 orders coming through for various things, that completely slips from your mind. So does it have the capability to be able to go, actually, you should be doing this once a month. I'm going to email you or whoever to start running these functions?
Yes, the short answer is yes. It's called tasks within ChatGPT, and we can make sure that's part of the enablement that we share with you. It will not only notify you within ChatGPT, but you can also have it set up to send you an email on whatever email you sign up with your account for. So this should be your business email. I have it, for instance, notify me every Monday of what's frankly happened with eBay in the last week or so. Like, hey, give me all of the news articles, educate me as far as what's been happening with eBay in the news, because I've been eBay's strategic partner at OpenAI for some time now, and I want to make sure I'm in the know. So you can have it remind you, you can have it do a web search and actually give you the results. You can say, hey, every first day of the month, remind me that I need to pay my employees or I need to do X, Y, and Z. So there's many different reminders you can set up. And they're called tasks if anyone wants to look them up. But we can also, like I said, make sure it's part of the enablement material.
Brilliant, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for being interested in this. Thank you for registering in case you did not do already. Thank you for being in touch with us. Thank you for sharing your ideas, questions, use cases, problems with us so that we can learn how we can evolve this into something really useful for you guys. And thank you for giving feedback to see how we can improve. Thanks very much.
Thank you, everyone.